Hi, welcome to Pico Playtime, the video series where I talk about some cool Pico 8 games that you guys might want to try out. Today's game is called Celeste 2. Celeste is probably the biggest Pico 8 game that I've not made a video about. We'll get into that. And yeah, 3 days ago, Celeste 2 was released. I should be more clear, Celeste Classic 2. I haven't played classic Celeste. I haven't played like the full version of Celeste. I bought it, but I haven't played it yet. But yeah, it started out life as a Pico 8 game. Then it was made into a kind of full proper game, if you like. And the sequel has been made once again on Pico 8. So this is the Pico 8 sequel to Celeste Classic. And yeah, like I say, I haven't played Celeste, but the Pico 8 version of Celeste is inside of full Celeste. So yeah, there's a lot of Celeste. Anyway, this is the sequel. It was released 3 days ago, so it's well, I often review games in here that have been out for like 2 years. So this is this is fresh. It's made by, let me get the list of people: Maddie Thorson, Noel Berry, and Lena Rain, with testing by Kevin Regami. I've put the respective developers' Twitter handles down below so you can check them out. And I put a link to the itch page for Celeste 2 down below as well. I'm playing it on Splore as usual, and this is like my second time of playing. Like I say, it came out 3 days ago, but I thought, let's try and be fresh. Let's try and be quick off the bat with this one. So let's get into it. Before we get into it, as usual, I've got my pointless energy drink endorsement thing. I don't get paid for these. I wish I got paid for these, but I don't. I've got a can of Carabao. This is Carabao Original. These guys apparently sponsor the English Football League, low divisions. So if you're into supporting your local team and they're in the first division, maybe you've seen Carabao already. Anyway, let's crack open a can of this. It's original, so I think this is going to be pretty much standard energy drink fare. Yep, that almost tastes exactly like Red Bull. A little bit sweeter. Maybe a little bit more berry in there. Whatever. It's got a cool logo, though, with like a kind of longhorn skull on there. And a little dove inside. That's weird. Anyway, yeah. I'm going to be sipping on that as we play Celeste 2. Or try to play Celeste 2. So, it's called Celeste Classic 2. Subtitled Lani's Trek. Like I say, I haven't played full Celeste, so I'm guessing Lani is in full Celeste. You tell me. Anyway, let's get it loaded. A lot of good things to say about this game. Well, let's get saying them. So like I say, it's a game by Maddie Thorson, Noel Berry, and Lena Rain. Check those guys out on Twitter. And yeah, let's get into it. Ooh. Very similar title screen to the original Celeste. Celeste Classic. So this must be Lani. Ooh. That's Lani's car. Cool. So as we go through this game, and like I say, I haven't got very far through this game yet, we unlock powers. It's a platform game, and we are going to be unlocking powers, and that is our first death. That was embarrassing. Now, the reason that I've not done any videos on Celeste is I'm not mega keen on this style of platform game. I don't know if it has a name, this style. It's the kind of style of platform game where there's like infinite lives. If you die, you just respawn back at a respawn point or a checkpoint relatively close to where you died. And as a result of the kind of lack of lives and such, and the quick nature of the respawns, there are some interesting humming music there. As a result of the lack of lives and such, the difficulty is exceptionally high. It's kind of like what do you call it? Maybe a precision platformer. In terms of platform games and what they are about, I would compare this style of platform game to like a bullet hell shoot 'em up. If you played a kind of regular shoot 'em up like R-Types and other games from about 35 years ago, and then you can play a bullet hell shooter, there'll be some similarities, but there will be a lot of differences. And we've picked up a grappling hook. This gives us our first power to grapple around. So whilst we have wall jumping, there's no double jumping yet, but we have a grapple hook, which is kind of cool. Now, before I carry on about how I don't like this style of kind of precision platformer or whatever you want to call it, let's say some of the good things about this game, because obviously there are good things, otherwise I wouldn't be doing a video about it. The music in this game, very nice. There is a link actually, if you go onto the itch page, there's a link to the soundtrack on Bandcamp. I'm just going to click on that link now, I'm out of the window, and have a look. So there's 7 tracks there, and yeah, you can get the soundtrack. That's, oh, here we go. So the soundtrack, the music, is by Lena Raine. So Celeste Classic, Maddie Thorson and Noel Berry, they were doing the kind of design and the coding. I think Maddie did the coding, and anyway, they've obviously brought Lena Raine on to do the music, and I think she has done an exceptional job. I love the music in this. Anyway, let's see if I can actually get somewhere in this game, because, like I say, I'm not very good at these games. That's probably one of the reasons that I find them frustrating, because I'm not very good at them. And like I say, the difficulty is high. You are going to die a lot. I've actually practiced this first. Well, I say practiced. I had to repeat this first section a lot before I could get to this. Each kind of platforming area has there's usually a kind of a trick or a technique that the game is trying to teach you. I went off the screen there. I'm not sure if you can go up, if there's anything to do above the screen. I'm sure at some point there's going to be some secrets or something or other. Not sure. Each screen that you are on, each kind of section of the game. Now you see, this is what I find a little bit kind of dispiriting. It took me a while just to get to level 1. The difficulty is very high in this game. Music, I'm loving it. Now, if you've not played Celeste, there are little berries, strawberry things that you can try and pick up. They are in challenging areas. You can just avoid them. And that's what I'm going to be doing, because I want to try and show you as much of this game as I have the ability to do so. And I'm not going to waste time trying to get a berry. Yeah, as you can see, you very quickly in these games come upon quite challenging areas like this. Now, there is a kind of learning curve here, and as these games go, this is a well-balanced game. You know, each area is teaching you a new technique, and as you go through the game, you'll master, or I won't say master, but you'll be able to perform the things that it's trying to get you to learn to do. Now, like I say, I can find that quite frustrating. Until you have kind of muscle memoried the thing you're trying to do, you're just going to die a lot. Now, rather worryingly, I'm already reaching the point where I kind of gave up before thinking, right, I might as well try and do a video on this. So, now if you've watched any of my videos, you know about my diminished ability on games if I'm having to talk at the same time as do. So this is going to make the game even harder for me. Oh my god. Yeah, the frustration I have with these sorts of games is that unless you're going to practice and really practice and master those techniques, I just feel like I'm kind of banging my head against the wall until I bang it in the, or you know, manage to kind of look out and just do whatever the game needs me to do the one time, and then I progress to the next bit where I'll get stuck and die again. And whilst there is obviously, you are, getting better at the game, that process of getting better, I don't find very fun. I find it stressful. Anyway, enough of my complaining about my lack of ability on these games. The level design in this is really good. It's, you know, each area is teaching you a new thing. Look, we're on level 2. This is where I got stuck. Each area is teaching you a new thing. Now, this area, how did I do it? I think I jumped... Did I jump on that? There we go. It took me a good 10 minutes to figure out how to do that. And now we are reaching the point where I ran out of ability, basically. Right, I don't think we can... So, this is where the frustration for me is going to creep in. I think they're kind of... Is it meant to be steel or ice? Ice blocks that you can see running vertically. Our grapple hook thing can't grab onto them. So, if we're trying to... Oh, is that how we get to that berry? There we go. I've figured something out. There we go. I've got a berry. Nice one. Some points. I can't remember what I was going to say. This is where I got stuck, basically. Let's see if I can figure it out live on video. Unlikely. Yeah, these areas here we can't grab onto. Oh no, I did get further than this. Not much further. I'm not finishing thoughts very well, am I? Let's have some more Carabao. Not gonna help. It's not bad, it tastes kind of banana-y. So, it turns out you can just die like that. Oh, how did I do it now? I think you can kind of jump off these... How did I do it? I can't remember how I did it. Oh. Was it that? Did I do that? I can't remember how I did it. You see, this is the part that I don't enjoy about these games. The just trying to figure out what it is I'm supposed to do stage. Compared to original Celeste, Celeste Classic had quite conventional kind of platforming mechanics. Celeste could double jump, she could do a kind of horizontal dash, like an air dash thing, and wall jumping and sliding. Now, Lani, on the other hand, has a different kind of moveset, if you like. So she can, I think it's a she can wall jump, but she can't slide down walls. So that straight away made it much harder, I thought, because you could kind of hang on to a wall in Celeste Classic and kind of figure out what you were going to do. You had a little bit of time. With this, you need a plan when you're going to wall jump, because you're not going to be able to figure it out as you go. The grapple hook is growing on me, but I'm still finding it very tricky to use. I haven't really got the hang. And another thing is, another thing which adds to the pressure of this is, you notice how when you die there's a little clock there? Yeah, 10 minutes. I've been at this 10 minutes. And you can guarantee there'll be some people who can complete this game in about 4 minutes with blindfolded or something. Oh, I did it, I did something. Right, you can somehow jump. You can somehow jump either before or after you've used the grapple hook, but I don't know how. Oh, there we go. So I have to... This is the issue that I'm having at the moment. You can apparently jump whilst you're grappling, but not after you've grappled. So there, just when the line is out, when the grappling line is out, I can jump, but I can't jump after that, I think. So this is what I mean about the kind of the learning curve-ness, the shape of the learning curve. There's a very steep initial learning curve when you're figuring out the mechanics, which aren't always intuitive. Now, it's not that there aren't rules. Obviously, there are rules. There is behaviour that we can understand and learn. But whilst you're learning those rules, you are going to be dying a lot. I think this was where I gave up, I think, at the first time round. Now, I kind of know what I need to do. I need to obviously do this grapple jump thing and spring off each of these these diamond-shaped things. Incidentally, it was a few attempts, a few screens before I even realised what the red things did. Oh, right. I'm gonna have a little bit of a break in the programming just to talk about some of the other positives in this game, because most of my complaints come down to my lack of ability with this style of platforming game. This is a good example of the sort of game, of this kind of game. So I'm not dumping on this game. It's just not my cup of tea. But it's like a thing to do a video about. It's like people will want to know about Celeste 2. And it's a popular game. It's going to bring more eyes to Pico 8, which is one of the things I'm trying to do. The issue I have with this grapple hook, it needs you to be very quick with it. And the kind of window for being able to do the thing is much less forgiving than the early mechanics in Celeste Classic. So I would not advise you come to this game before Celeste Classic. Do that one first. That's a nice introduction to this world. I know what I need to do, I just can't get my fingers around it. Somehow. I can jump whilst the line is out. But I have to chain it together. The graphics are lovely. I love the backgrounds in this. They're kind of abstract, but they just look really cool. Like Celeste Classic, there's a kind of snowy, mountainous thing going on. In Celeste Classic, you were climbing a mountain. I'm not entirely sure what Lanny's trying to do. She seems to want to get her truck back, so a little bit like Jack Burton in... that was the closest I came then, wasn't it? A little like Jack Burton in the cinematic masterpiece, which is Big Trouble in Little China. She just wants her truck back. Maybe. I don't know. She fell off that bridge, didn't she? I think I'm just trying to get up to where the bridge was. Yeah, this one of the interesting things about Celeste is or Celeste Classic, there are many remixes of the game on the Pico 8 forums. It's got a real community around it, which is, you know, one of the things that is so attractive to me about the Pico 8, as a thing, is the community. So, if you are into Celeste, there is a whole bunch of other people also into Celeste who you can link up with. They are remixing the game, they are remixing levels, and yeah, they have such... well, if we just... No, I can't drop out of the game because I'll have to redo it all again. But if you go into Explore, there are like... there's a procedure... I was just looking over some of them before I loaded this. There's a procedurally generated version of Celeste where all the levels are proc gen. There's Celeste hard mode. Gonna be trying that one. So yeah, if this kind of masochistic platforming is what you look for in a game, there's a whole community out there willing to, like, you know, cater to your every need. So yeah, I know what I need to do, but I just can't get my fingers around it. I nearly did it then. You have two controls. You have, will this be X or Z? Yeah, cool. So X is your grappling hook. Z is jump. Now I'm using a DS4 controller where X and Z are the wrong way around. But even that's really not a problem. It's you have to kind of let go of the grappling hook whilst you're jumping. But you need to hold the grappling hook to be able to... Like if I just let go... Yeah, you see, you can hold the grappling hook to like release it. But that already starts you moving along. Oh my god. You see, one of the reasons I've never done a video on Celeste, I think I attempted to but I just gave up, is the fact that I usually like to try and either complete a Pico 8 game before I do a video, or to be able to get to such a state or level of ability on it where I can actually play through the game and show you as much of the game as I can to, you know, show you what's going on. But I can't do that on Celeste because I'm so bad at the thing. Right. This is a really good example of this style of game. That's mainly what I'm saying. That's the main thrust of my argument. So if this looks like your cup of tea, something that you do to relax and unwind at the end of the day, then, you know, this game is for you. I find this really stressful because I can't do what I want. I can't get the character to do what I want to do. I can't get my fingers around the controls. And, well, how long have I been on this area now? If I dropped into silence, maybe I'd be able to pull this off. I've got kind of close to getting that second, third, the red thing that I'm trying to aim for at the top. Can't get there. Oh! The jumping and the grappling hook and linking those up it's so unforgiving. I mean, I could keep playing this until I would eventually look out and do the thing that I need to do to get to the next area, but then I will be stuck at that next area. And like I said, this is as far as I've managed to get in this game. Oh. The little delay in me letting go of the jump button, or the grapple hook button. Oh! So there you go. Celeste 2. If you like this style of... Oops, what have I pulled out there? If you like this style of platforming game, I'm gonna call them a precision platformer. But really, I'd prefer the title, perhaps like Platform Hell game. This is a good example of that game. If that's a game for you, Celeste Classic 2 is the one for you. If you've never played Celeste, go and play that first, especially Celeste Classic. It's much easier to start with. Like I say, the first time I fired up this game, it took me a while just to get past the first few jumps even before level 1. So I was getting stuck on level 0. Play Celeste Classic first. You will get quite a way into the game before it really starts kind of giving you the platform puzzle challenges like what we've just been stuck on for about 10 minutes. If you enjoy that and you've played Celeste Classic and want some more, Celeste Classic 2 is here. So yeah, I've spent a lot of time talking about, or complaining really, about my lack of ability. Let's look at the positives. The graphics are fantastic. The music is outstanding. I'm probably gonna download the soundtrack and give that a good listen because I do like myself a little bit of Pico 8 chip tune. Fantastic music. The Lanny character, I like the design of the Lanny character. I like how they have changed the kind of platforming mechanics around, so it's not just a repeat of Celeste Classic. Lanny's got her grappling hook, and that's kind of like the key to unlocking the game. If you can master that grappling hook better than I, you'll get a lot further than I. But yeah, the challenge is high. If you're lucky or just better at these games, you probably get a lot further a lot quicker. But if you do run into a brick wall like I apparently have on this section, well, you're not alone. That's all I can say. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I'm sorry I couldn't show you more of the game, but it's really hard. Check out the developers on Twitter. I've put their handles below. And check out this game on itch. Again, the links are below. And yeah, if you've not played any of these games before, check out Celeste Classic first. I'll tell you what, I'll put a link in the description to that. Because that's definitely a much better on-ramp for this, basically. Yeah. The difficulty curve for me is more like a wall, and I can't get over that wall. Climb that wall. That's an Arrested Development reference for you there. Anyway, there you go. Celeste Classic 2. Thank you for watching. Maybe if I can get a bit further, I might do another video on this. We'll see. Anyway, I've got to get on because it's there's 2 days or less than 3 days left on Toy Box Jam, and I haven't finished my game on that yet. So I need to do that. Next video I'll do will probably be something on Toy Box Jam because by that point it will be over, and there'll hopefully be some more games for us to try out. So yeah, check back for that. Anyway, in the meantime, thank you for watching. Check out Celeste, and I'll see you again very soon.